Alright everyone, you've joined me in Argon Prime, but as you can see in front of me, we are not in the ship that we have been doing this tutorial with. I did a sandbox start and gave myself a katana with a couple of turrets and some different weapons up front, because today we are going to try making a pilot eject from a small craft. So instead of boarding with Marines like you would do with a large or XL ship, small and medium ships can only be abandoned by the pilots, so we can't send any Marines over to them for combat. So how do you make a pilot of a small or medium craft eject? I believe, and it's been my experience, that you do a lot of hits but not a lot of damage, basically harass them until they eject. If a pilot's morale is really, really high, they're not going to abandon ship. But if we can find a small ship with a pilot with very small morale, that might be a good candidate to force them to eject. So I will look at some of these small ships here, like the Courier, scan them, take a look at the pilot stats, and see if that pilot is a bit of a scaredy cat. So we're going to be in Shift 2 mode, and when you have something selected, that is Shift F, we keep it right in the center.
You can't do that.
They say we can't do that, but now we've learned that this energy trader actually has 3 people aboard. If we was to look at its information, right-click information and take a look at the pilot, his morale is 2.5 stars. Service crew aren't that good. I don't know if we can convince this guy to jump. So let's see if we can find another. So we actually have a pretty good target here. It is a pillager, Minotaur Raider, with the Antigone Republic. However, if you see a name like Cutlass or Pillager or something that just sounds like, hey, that sounds like a pirate, there's a pretty good chance it actually is. And when we scan this guy, we're going to reveal his true colors, make him hostile, and this would actually be a good candidate to force to get out of here. So we'll go scan mode. We'll park up right next to him. We're going to press Shift X to match his target speed. And once we get in range, a Shift F, scan him.
Scan if you must.
And you can see scale plate packed. So his, demeanor change.
You're wrecking my shields.
Yes, we are. We're going to give him a few blasts. We have our turrets set to attack my target. As soon as he goes hostile, our turrets are going to come online as well. Our idea is to hit him, get his shields completely dropped. And once we get his shields dropped and we start eating into his hull, there we go. So disarm our turrets. And we're going to swap to weapon group 2. We only have one little bolt gun on number 2, which means we can do a little bit of damage. We can keep pelting him. Bozo, not now. So we'll get his hull down, keep pelting him with those, with the laser here. Let him get some of his shields back. Come on, bail out, buddy. You know you want to. The important thing is to not kill him.
You will be eliminated.
Just sort of hit his shields a couple times. So he is dropping. I think he dropped a little bit of cargo. Let's actually try a comm. All right, so he don't want to talk to us. There we go. So he finally abandoned ship. You can see the red escape pod there. And this ship has now lost its scale plate packed status, meaning this ship is ready to be claimed. So we are going to get up and fly on over ourselves. Use our space suit, we'll fly on over, and what we're looking for, we're going to be in scan mode here. We're going to look for a data leak near the cockpit of the craft. And we're in scan mode because those sparks show up a little bit better in scan mode so we can see them. And luckily, while we're flying over here, the shields are continuing to recharge. We didn't destroy his shield generator. So the ship is repairing itself a little bit. But once we claim it for ourselves, we can repair it nice and proper. And then just off the nose right there is our signal leak. Once we get up right next to it, like we are decoding this signal, right there, decrypting a data stream. Success, data decrypted. This Minotaur Raider now belongs to us, and we can point at it, hold the space bar, and start repairing this thing. So there's 7%. There is 8%. So you can keep on holding this spacebar all the way till 100. It'll save quite a bit of moolah. So Gita Jackson, we are going to work somewhere else for me. Right click on our Minotaur Raider, assign as captain, because I want to give an order to get this ship repaired so we can see how much money we're going to save by actually repairing this ourselves. So she'll be here any second. All right, we'll right click at the wharf, upgrade repair, head down to the repair tab. 155,000 credits to repair. So we'll go ahead and repair up, get that all fixed up. And while I do this, I'm going to left select my katana, right select the Minotaur Raider, and tell it to defend Commander Alpha. So I'm out here in my spacesuit, doing my thing. I don't want any Xenon or perhaps other pirates coming through and trying to shoot this ship while, I'm working on it. So having that katana protect this ship until I'm ready to move it is a good idea. And speak of the devil, there is the katana doing some creative maneuvering, but basically hovering right over us, making sure nothing happens to the ship while I'm floating out here in space. So we're almost done here, almost to 100%. I've been holding the spacebar the whole time. This is one of those things that if you are repairing a medium ship, just get something heavy, rest it on your spacebar, take a break, and come back to it. All right, so let's go ahead and get back aboard the Minotaur that is now completely damage-free. And just to verify that, we're going to left-click our Minotaur Raider, right-click on the wharf, upgrade repair at, and this repair block is completely gray, meaning we have nothing to repair on this ship. Now let's talk about scalping. So if I was to just sell this ship, if I was to left-click the ship, right-click the wharf, sell ship at, they were going to give me 1.5 million credits, but I am not going to do that. I will show you how to scalp the ship for more money. So left-click the ship you are going to sell, right-click the wharf, upgrade repair. We lucked out because this ship had Paranid Combat Mark III engines. You know what? We're going to put the cheapest of the cheap on. We get the full refund of those combat engines, 384,000 in our pocket. As far as thrusters go, this had Combat Mark IIs. We're going to put the cheapest Mark Is and get 81,000 credits back. We're up to 439,000 credits back. We're going to take out the shields, and we had a Mark II 75,000 credit shield. That gives us that back. And we just had Mark Is on the other side. That'll give us another 15,000. Weapons. This thing don't need no stinking weapons. We're going to empty that slot. It's a shame we didn't have anything in slot 2, but we did have something in slot 1. For turrets, we had one 33,000 credit turret in slot 1. We will remove that. As far as the software goes, we're going to undo the docking computer. We're going to give it just long-range scanners. We are going to take off the trading software. As far as consumables, we are going to sell all of the flares, all of the tracker mines, all 28 mines, 11 friend foe mines, 13 laser towers. Awesome. So now we're up to 1.5 million credits, and we have not even sold the ship yet. So we're going to add that to the shopping list, confirm order.
Minotaur Raider.
And Miss Jackson, will fly on over to the wharf and basically scalp this ship down for parts. So one thing you can do when you look for a potential target to try to make the pilot eject, and this applies for the large ships and XL ships that you're going to board, look at those components. If it has Mark III shields on it, it's a good target, especially Mark III travel engines, combat engines, or all-around engines. If they are Mark III, they're going to be worth a ton of money if you scalp it. Of course, nothing stops you from saving this ship for yourself, equipping it up and using it as part of your fleet. But I'm just showing you the scalping process to get the most out of your captures so that, you know, with a few lucky shots, you might make a cool 1.5 million plus chassis costs. I'm interested to see what the price is going to be once all of these things are swapped out. And next up, I'm going to make sure that her default behavior is to hold a position, because once we are scalped out and we are down to just our bare chassis, we are going to tell Miss Jackson to get back on the Katana where she came from, and then we are going to sell the ship without any of our people on it. Very important not to let your people get sold with the ship. That sounds wrong, but it's true. Now this process will take a minute. We're in external view now. Remember, we swapped out the engines and you can see them rebuilding essentially a Mark I engine there. If there was a turret on there, it is now gone. Our front cannons are now gone. And once 1 minute has passed and we have all of our components and we're ready to go, we'll get our captain. Now I had just 10 million credits in the bank with this sandbox start. You can see we're up to 1.4 million credits. And I think that's everything. I saw the engine flash, so I think we are all swapped out. So Miss Jackson, work somewhere else for me. Right click on the Katana as service crew.
Confirmed.
She will vacate the ship, and you know what? I think I will too, because if I sell this ship now while I'm on it, the Argon
Minotaur,
will send a
Raider.
pilot here and probably immediately take off. So we're going to left click our Minotaur Raider, right click the wharf, sell ship at, and we got another 660,000 credits for just the bare chassis. So we were able to gain an additional 500,000 or so instead of just selling it right away. And there we go, ship is sold, another 660,000 credits in our account. That belongs to the Argon. And one thing we could have done was rename this Minotaur Raider CCG 753 to something that we would recognize, like Sokka's Capture or something like that. And the universe is persistent, so as this thing goes about its business, if it survives long enough and our ships come across it, we would see that ship still out there doing the business. And good to see Miss Jackson made it back. So that will do it for this part, everyone, of capturing or claiming small and medium ships. Essentially, using a small weapon to continually hit it until the pilot just gives up. Medium ships, of course, need their whole crew to eject. Luckily, they didn't have a full complement. They only had 3 crew on that Minotaur. It was easy to convince all 3 to leave. If they're fully stacked with, say, 16 or so, it may be a little bit difficult. But I've seen large ships abandon ship with 42 crew, so it is possible to capture a large ship without sending in Marines, but we are going to focus on the Marine aspect the next time, everyone, and see if we can capture us a much larger scale plate ship. I'll see you then.